Welcome to Spox. Spox. And I've been saying this is the 21st edition here at the Kenya Ports Authority with none other than Captain William Ruto, the one man who is the right captain for this port, but also who shares both of his names with the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, His Excellency President William Ruto, under whose leadership we've seen great transformation of this country. He is a faith president, and by the grace of God, through his appointment, I am the fifth government spokesperson. Hapa ni Spox, Bonga na Gava. Now let's come to Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so. Hao ndio wakati tunaanza kuuliza maswali na pia kujua ni watu ngapi ambao wamefaidika kutokana na hii poti. Kwa hiyo sasa tutaanza kusikia the real beneficiaries. Nani atakuwa wa kwanza? Please have the mic. Haya basi. Simama kidogo, sio kama utasimama ndio. Basi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kwa jina naitwa Salim Nasib Mubarak. Salim Nasib Mubarak ni founder and CEO of Western Logistics Limited. It's basically a clearing and forwarding company established in the year 2003, and we, as far as benefits is concerned, we've benefited enormously from this port of Mombasa. Through this port, we have an establishment of almost 30. We started with 30 employees. We started with none, and we are now running a company which is employing 30 employees. So that to me is one of the biggest benefit. Besides, we also work very closely with the port authorities. I'm one of the major stakeholders in the port. We have fortnight meetings interacting with the MD and his team. And when we have challenges, that's the forum where we address, and the MD is always there handy to sort out and make sure our challenges and problems in the port are sorted. This is also one of the major benefits, the fact that we interact and engage the port authorities as stakeholders to solve issues as they arise. I also represent the Cereal Millers Association. I believe you had breakfast today, and part of your menu must have been bread and butter, and chicken. Okay. So we are facilitated through handling of grains in a modern and efficient manner. We have what we call the grain bulk facilities, which of course contribute immensely towards handling of grains, and therefore in a cost-effective manner. We have containerized cargo. As the captain has put it, the volumes have been on the increase. And of course, most of those commodities are for traders and manufacturers. So I handle quite a number of traders and manufacturers who bring their cargoes through this port. And through the efficiency of the port, of course, they have seen a lot of reduction in their costs. And therefore, these costs are passed over to me and you as Kenyan citizens in terms of the final price that the consumer enjoys at the supermarket or at the shelves. So these are benefits that I can enumerate. There are so many, but you have given me only 2 minutes, Bwana Mahura. I would have said more. But greatly and most importantly, we have to thank, a big thank you to the captain. He has done quite a lot. It is the only captain over the 23 years I've been in this business that you can call at midnight and he picks your call. And he sorts out your issues. In fact, even before he became the MD, when he was General Manager Operations, we used to call him at midnight. He says, send me an email. I send an email and it is approved if it's a challenge that he has to get in touch with. So a big kudos to him. We wish him well for the second term, 3 terms. And I believe the port is the gateway of the Eastern Central Africa. The port is an international sea port, because without this gateway, our economies and those of the partner states, the transit market, will not benefit. So we, again, wish to say a big thank you to him and to the new program that you have brought in to educate Kenyans on what is happening in all the areas and spheres of this country's operations and economy. I beg to stop and thank you so much for the opportunity.
Asante sana. Na tunasema pia Ramadan Karim, asante sana kwa vile ambavyo umejieleza vizuri sana. It's very good to say that our coming here in Coast has been supported by KPA. So KPA pia ni sponyo. Unajua kwa hilo kwa mtoto sema ni nani? Sponyo, sponsor. Kwa hivyo thank you very much KPA for that. And we really appreciate the partnership that we are having here. So over to you, sir. What's your name and umefaidika kivipi?
Assalamu alaikum. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Observing all protocols, Honorable Mora. Captain, let me start with saying congratulations. I'm very happy for the good news. And as usual, I've been singing from time to time in your office. My name is Daniel Nzeki. I represent an industry which is of investors called Container Freight Stations, or CFSs in short.
CFSs, okay.
CFSs, we're investors. We came through a public partner arrangement with KPA. PPP,
okay.
Many years ago, around 2008, and we have grown.
This must have been one of the oldest PPPs, eh?
Yes, but yes, and now there are new ones coming,
okay.
Thanks to the leadership. What I want to say is, through the leadership of Captain, the management and the team he has led has been fantastic. These things didn't start today or didn't start yesterday. Even you've heard when he was still a general manager, he was reachable. We could call him. He attends to our issues. Even now, despite being an MD, he still listens to us. He has time for us.
Actually, maybe to prove you right, because wakati nilikuwa naye kwa ofisi kabla tujakuja hapa, naona ako na simu nyingine kwa watch, inalia, na nyingine hapa anasikiza. I mean, and he was answering to calls. So hiyo sio kipindi, hiyo ni ukweli.
Yes.
Kwamba he actually responds with
So under his leadership, we have seen tremendous growth. As you've heard in the last 4 years, the volumes have not tripled, but they have grown exponentially. And us, as the investors and as partners of KPA, we are glad that we grew the capacity before the demand. We worked with them. They guided us. And as the volumes are growing, also our volumes are growing as investors, because I represent the investors in that sector. We are happy because we are investors. We are happy with the growth, and our prayer is we keep this work, we keep this discussion for the prosperity of all of us and all Kenyans. Honorable Mora, as Speaker said, this program is good. If you don't talk or speak for yourself, or you don't cry for yourself, the person who will talk on your behalf will most likely misquote you or will say the wrong thing. And thank you for giving us this opportunity, because I can say what I have seen through his leadership and through the leadership of the country in large. Sitaki kusema mengi, mimi nitasema we continue with that work, and Mungu atubariki. Asanteni.
Asante sana, asante sana. Let's come now to mzee hapa. Utuambie unaitwa nani na umefaidika aje na hii port? Yeah. Endelea tu.
My name is PJ Shah. I'm a clearing and forwarding agent. I started my career in 1962 with
Wow.
the then
1962.
with the then East African Customs and
you've done
Excise
it
Department.
You've done it now for how many years? 64
More
years?
than 50 years now.
Yeah, 64 years, yeah.
So I started my career with East African Customs and Excise Department in 1962. I took a premature retirement in 1969, and I joined an international clearing and forwarding company in 69. So since 69, I have been involved with KPA. At that time, it was known as East African Harbors Corporation. And I had the privilege of working with the first general manager of East African Harbors, Mr. Shatri. And now we have, so I've seen the change from East African Harbors Corporation to Kenya Ports Authority. I have interacted with all the most of the MDs who have come and gone. But I think we have a very good working relationship with Captain Ruto. I have seen the change from manual processes to automation, and I have been part of that process as well. I'm the founder member of Kenya Clearing and Forwarding Warehousing Association, which is presently now KIFWA. We formed that association in 1986, so I've also been involved with the association since then.
So those are 30 years now.
Sorry?
30 years now since
Yeah,
you founded the association.
So we have seen a lot of changes in the port, from automation now to infrastructure development, all the developments of the new berths, the new equipment that has come in. And I think we are on the right path.
Okay.
There's still a lot of work to be done to make sure that the government's intention of 24/7 economy becomes a reality. And for that to become a reality, there's need for the port to work 24/7. KPA works for, but other government organizations still have a long way to go to work 24/7. And I think this is where we need Captain Ruto to lead that fight to make sure that all the other government agencies are on board to work 24/7. And then we will see the real benefits to the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, let's now hear finally from you. You look much younger. But no, before we go there, yes sir, Mr. Shah. Umeemploy watu wangapi kwa hiyo miaka yote sasa kupitia hii clearing and forwarding, and even the whole association?
Sorry,
how many jobs have you been able to create?
I didn't.
How many jobs have you been able to create as a clearing and forwarding company?
Oh, I started my own company in 1986, and I have a staff of 26 at the moment. And it's I own that company. It's a one-man show, but I employ 20.
What about the 30-year association? How many jobs has the clearing and forwarding been? Do you have a rough figure of?
No, I just changed one job. So from customs, I joined the private company, and I worked there for. It was a British international company. I started as a junior management trainee. I rose to the position of the director and then to the managing director. And I left in 1986 to start my own company.
Well, thank you very much. That's a very inspiring story. And you're still going strong.
Well, I enjoy my work.
Wonderful. And how old are you now?
My work. I have a passion in this work.
How old are you now? I mean, you are strong, you know?
I'm 81 years old.
And you're still, wow. That's amazing. Thank you very much. So wewe uko kwako, uko kwa kitanda chako unalialia, unasema uweze kuamka sijui umechoka kazi, na mzee ako hapa 81 years, strong, bado anafanya hiyo kazi. That's really amazing. Good. And we are happy because it's the opportunities that are being provided for by the authority. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Richard Okwiri.
Ongea kwa nguvu kidogo.
Richard Okwiri is chairman of Empty Container Depot Association.
Come again?
Richard Okwiri is the chairman of Empty Container Depots Association.
Okay.
Empty container, the container are...
Mnafanyaje hiyo Okwiri hiyo empty containers, tuelezee hii association yenu?
Mine first, before I continue, may I take this opportunity to congratulate MD for his second appointment. The MD is a hand-on MD. He's someone who is always available.
So.
We always meet at 6 when he's doing patrol in the port. Every day, unless he's outside the port.
So.
Not very easy for MD. I've seen this port. Not easy. And MD, I will just pray that the God have given this opportunity to use you to touch the life of your staff in this port.
So
So
kuja
these
sasa kwa
people
mambo
are
yako
realized.
Okwiri, umefaidikaje na mnakuwa kufanya nini kwa hizo?
Me, I've really empty container. Nobody knew empty container within this port. It's something that was forgotten. But through KPA, we have been able to bring empty to limelight. Everybody now knows what empty is and how important is it in this port. Because KPA also, they need volume through those empty container. When they have discharged the vessel, they finish the loading, they depend also on empty because this container has to go back to the port.
So
where
hebu
they come
tuelezee
from.
Okwiri.
So I've really-
Wait a bit. Unaongea kizungu kingi sana lakini pole pole. So what do you do as an empty container association? Mnafanyanga kazi yenu ni gani?
We store containers.
You see, all containers that are imported into this country, you know, importers will take the containers, will strip and return the container to the shipping line. So he's the first person to handle those empty containers.
Okay.
Because they cannot be brought by everybody at the same time.
Okay.
So the shipping line will have an holding place where they stack all those empties. So he's a service provider that provides that platform now for shipping lines to use their facility, and then from their facility transport them to the port now for us to be able to load.
Wonderful. So Okwiri, I saw when I went through the port, I saw you are dedicating actually an area for empty containers. You know, that whole embankment there. Why so? Na mnafaidikaje na hiyo that new strategy ambao captain amekuja ya ku make sure all the empty containers ziko na mahali pake?
Yes, currently we have about 5 empty depots that we store containers. All trucks come, when they drop container at the depot, then a later on we travel them to port. It's an industry where even the government is not concerned about it. The government itself does not even concern about it, and a very potential where government can make a lot of money through empty container.
How?
But it's a forgotten industry.
Unajua unaobonga na gava eh?
Yes,
So
that's why I'm raising this.
Eh.
That's why I'm raising this. I want to draw attention so that you know that there's something called empty container. It's an industry that is very potential
No,
for this
Okwiri,
country.
you are beating around the bush. Eh? I want you to go straight to the point. How do people make money with the containers?
We are paid when we store those containers. We invoice shipping line, they pay us. So when we employ people in those empty depots. You have employed all those empty containers.
So how many jobs have you been able to create?
There are five depots, and one depot have about 1,000 employees. That's one depot. There are more people, and so there are 5 depots.
Drivers,
so you can imagine.
what, so
There are many.
So over 10,000 people.
Over 10,000.
Yes,
Makofi
over 10,000
kabisa.
people.
So thank you very much. Tutaachia hapa because of time, naambiwa na mwelekezi wangu kwamba tumalizie
But
hapo.
now the problem.
Please, last minute. Last word, please, kwa sababu ya muda.
Sorry?
Malizia, just one sentence, please.
The problem that with the depot, we have storage, and we are not benefiting. The government is not benefiting in empty container. That's I want to draw your attention as a Gava, because as a Gava, I want to draw attention. What can government do to tap this business of empty containers? That more people, more young people can be employed in this business of empty container. It's a very potential, and I thank KPA. KPA has been very supportive in our industry.
Sawa.
We are where we are because
thank you
of
very
the
much,
Kenya
Okwiri.
Ports
Makofi
Authority.
kwa Okwiri. Thank you very much. Now let's come to the 2 questions quickly na turudi kwa captain ndiye aweze kumalizia. First question please, haraka haraka, simama utuambie unaitwa nani na go straight to the point because of time. Enda tu straight to the point. Haya, simama utuambie unaitwa nani?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ali Hamo, and I work for the authority. My question goes to our Managing Director, Captain William Ruto, under whose leadership KPA has performed excellence and operational excellence. Now, sir, could you kindly elaborate on how KPA will continue to support trade in regional countries? That is for you. Or I rephrase, could you kindly elaborate on how KPA continues to support and facilitate regional trade in East Africa?
Thank you, Makofi Sana. Next
To
question.
Honorable,
No, please, because of time, let's go to the next question, please. Time.
to Honorable,
No, please.
I beg you.
Time, no,
1
time,
minute.
time. Please, sir.
1 minute. Karibu Mombasa, and ukirudi Nairobi, tunaomba upeleke shukrani zetu za dhati kwa Rais William Ruto for reappointing our managing director. Mwambie raundi hii kura za wafanyikazi wa KPA zitashinda zile za Tharaka-Nithi. Hiyo ndio nilikuwa nataka kusema.
Wewe ni mwanasiasa kweli. Asante sana. Yes, Dorcas.
Okay, good evening. My name is Dorcas Okech. I work for Kenya Ports Authority as an administrative officer, supply chain management department. My question is to my CEO, Captain William Ruto. What are the measures that KPA has put in place to fight corruption, to improve on transparency, and also enhance operational efficiency? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, we have less than 3 minutes, Captain, for you to answer the questions and also give us your closing remarks. The show really goes very fast. That's why unaona ninaharakisha kidogo.
So, number one, I want to thank Amo for the question he asked. What are we doing as KPA to support the regional trade within the region? As KPA, you are aware that we've invested heavily in terms of infrastructure, and with the support of the national government, again, I think you've seen the national government is focusing much in doing the roads that are able to support the business that is coming out from this port. One thing which is very important, and I think it is also very important for you, government spokesman, to know why the government is focusing mainly on the roads, is that the road from Mombasa to Nairobi was built, I don't know, in 1950 or 1960. The same road, which was handling, I think that time, maybe less than 100 containers, because by then there were no containers. It's the same road that is now handling more than 2 million TEUs. So you can see the demand that is needed in terms of putting a lot of money in terms of infrastructure. And we want to appreciate the government for now doing the second dual carriageway from Rironi to Mau Summit. That will open up the northern corridor for us. If there is anything that the government has done that KPA really appreciates, is the investment that they have done in infrastructure. The Rironi Mau Summit is the game changer for us. Number two is the SGR. You see, this port, we are very proud that we have multimodal transport models here. That today you can choose to use the road, today you can choose to use the rail, you choose to use the meter gauge from here to Kisumu, and from Kisumu you can use the ship to Uganda. Recently, when the KPC IPO was floated, I think you're aware Uganda was the biggest country that invested heavily in terms of KPC, because they have seen the efficiency and the investment Kenya Ports Authority has made. At the moment, we have an oil terminal that is ultra modern, that you can't find within this region. It's able to handle 4 ships at any given time. Ships now are able to pump petroleum products from here through KPC to Kisumu. And from Kisumu, there are ships that are calling Kisumu Port to ship that consignment to Uganda. Within 10-15 hours, your consignment should be in Uganda. So it is one of the safest mode of transportation, and it is one of the agenda that as KPA we say we want to support the Green Port initiatives, because one shipment of products from Kisumu to Uganda, one shipload is more than 158 trucks. Okay. So you can imagine the carbon emission that you have reduced, the number of trucks that you have reduced on the roads, that is also eating into the government in terms of damaging our roads. Because if you have 158 trucks moving every day using the same road, again, the wear and tear is also there. My sister has mentioned something about what do we need to do as port, and also to support the government in terms of reducing if there is any corruption. One of the things that we've done as a port is that we've automated all our systems. In this port, there is no way you will go and give money and say you are paying for a service. All our payment is done through online platform, through eCitizen, through banks. The shipping lines, they wire their money from Europe or from America, and it comes into our account, and it knocks off your invoice. The stakeholders, you've heard them talking here. I want to single out PJ Shah. I think he has institutional memory about this port. If today you were to ask PJ Shah to write a story about the port, he will give you a very good story from where the port was when we used to do things manually up to now where we are saying we are paperless port. This is a port where you don't need to come with papers. You come with your phone, you show, just pick up order, you pick your consignment, you go to the gate will not open if you have not paid us.
Wow.
And you don't need to show anybody the receipt. The system itself will tell us. So one of the things that we've done is we've automated all our services so that to reduce any physical interaction that can be able to
the human agency
to bring that issue.
And it's very interesting because after cabinet now, I think you are the second body that we are hearing that you become paperless, and yet you are operating volumes and volumes
yes.
of work, and that means that nobody has any excuse that they cannot go paperless. Now, what is your closing remarks because of time, Captain? What your closing quote?
My closing remarks is, first of all, is to thank all the stakeholders that have come here. I want to appreciate your messages of appreciation of what we have done. I know as a port we have so many things that we can do in terms, because really we would have really wished even to have more time to be able to say what are we doing as a port and what is the government supporting us in terms of infrastructure development. Because as I had said, that you need to build capacity before demand. But now that demand has overstretched us, what we've done as a port is that we are doing now the construction of number 19B, which is a 240-meter quay length, with an additional yard stacking space for 300,000 TEUs. We have Dongokundu that will open up the Dongokundu Special Economic Zone. It is one of the agendas that the government has been pushing. Since I came into this port, I've always been hearing about Dongokundu, Dongokundu, Dongokundu. But I appreciate with this government that it is the first time now that we can say it has come to fruition, that Dongokundu has started. And I want to say that with the support of the Japanese government through the concessional loan, the construction of Dongokundu Special Economic Zone has started. We have so many investors that have applied to invest in Dongokundu. Okay. And I want to say that the investment in Dongokundu will open up a lot of opportunities for this port and create employment for our youth. We have a youthful workforce that needs employment. And the opening up and the exploitation of the blue economy, because one of the things that I'm happy that the government has started in terms of policy direction is to support the blue economy. And you are able to see now that we have a minister who is in charge of blue economy, and we are seeing now the fruits of the blue economy. Okay. The other thing again is to appreciate.
Maybe we are finding thoughts because of time. The last thing.
The last thing is to appreciate my fellow colleagues, my workers, my employees who are my colleagues. I want to thank you so much. I also want to thank all the stakeholders and all those who have taken their time to come here. I don't want to take your time to come here for granted. Bwana Salim, Bwana Richard, Bwana mwalimu yangu, he was my teacher. One thing is, he was my teacher in the university. Bwana Nzeki, thank you so much. So I just want to appreciate everybody. I want to say that we have so much that we can do with your support, with the knowledge that you have. And you are also aware that we operate an open door policy that we also want to hear from you. There is one thing that I want to demystify about this issue of privatization and concessioning. What we are doing, and I think what we have done is we did a feasibility study of all our assets. You know, we're doing a feasibility study to see these assets that we have in these ports, what is their worth. And if we want to bring the private sector to invest in this port, because again, to be able to synergize and to be able to build all this infrastructure, we need also to work with the private sector. We need somebody that can guarantee us volumes. What we are trying to do as a port is that we want to be a landlord port. A landlord port is a situation whereby it's like I own the plot and I own the house, but I've rented you for the house only to live in that house. But the house belongs to me. The land belongs to me. So there is nothing like privatization.
Port, yeah.
It's a landlord port.
Yeah.
All the assets belong to the government through Kenya Ports Authority. But we are only leasing you to come and operate, and then you just go. And you can guarantee us more volumes, because again, what we will do is, we will say, if we are leasing you this terminal, we want you to guarantee us volumes. That today, you will give us certain volumes. You will also guarantee us in terms of employment, how many people are you going to employ? Because by working with the private sector, we synergize our performance, we improve our performance again, and we earn more revenue from our assets. There are so many assets that are underutilized. Like what I was saying, number 23, 24, it requires over $600 million. Number 11 to 14, we need about $350,000. From number 1 to number 10, we need another $350 million. So all this money, the port cannot be able to, do all this investment in one time. Because now you've seen now the volumes have grown, the demand is there, but there are also investors who are willing to invest. Be it the local investors again, because we also want to support our local investors. Be it the foreign investors, but the ownership of the port remains with the government.
Thank you very much. Makofi kabisa. Thank you very much, Captain. That we've ended up on a very high note, and we look forward to even having more shows. This is the start of a collaboration. Na hii show inaitwa Sema na Spox. Sema na Spox. Sema na Spox. Na tunasema mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo daima. This is the 21st show, and we are very happy. Keep it here until we meet again. Let's say tumefurahi sana KPA, lakini kabla tupige makofi ya mwisho, naona kuna kitu hapa. Hii ni gani?
Zawadi.
Naona nimepatiwa zawadi hapa, inaitwa Growing Business, Enriching Lives.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Hebu nipigie makofi, hata mimi leo niko na kitu hapa. So thank you until next time. Mwelekezi wangu anaitwa Kamutia, kwa na wimbo anasema hata yeye apewe. Pole sana, hii ni yangu. Asante sana. God bless you. See you next time.